Good morning, this is Maneko. I'm broadcasting this from Sydney, Australia. How are you? I'm at the beach called Narrabeen Beach. Yeah, can you see? Alright, the weather is good. I can see blue sky. The sun is rising. I see some surfers there having fun. Alright, let's get started. The time is 6:57. Right, the day is 29th of August. Currently, the temperature is 12 degrees for sure. Alright, today it's gonna go up to 23 degrees, mostly cloudy. Alright, let's get started. Okay, today I'd like to talk about Australia's housing crisis. I think I found the root cause of why Australian expensive houses so expensive. Okay, I'm going to talk about the root cause and also the solution. Okay, do you want to have your own home in Australia? It used to be normal and easy for most people, but now it's getting harder and harder. Okay, this is the thing I want to share with you. Okay, our housing system is broken. The poorest Australians are being hardest hit. Just when we think the price of the renter couldn't get any worse, this week's renter affordability snapshot by agriculture has revealed the low-income Australians are facing housing crisis like never before. Yeah? Only 70 out of 100 Australians own their homes. This number is going down every year. In Singapore, meanwhile, it's different. More than 90 out of 100 people own homes. Why is this happening? The answer is simple. Why many people are struggling to buy a home? A small group of people are getting very rich from this situation. Let's look at what's really going on in the Australian housing market. We will find out why it's becoming so hard for regular people to buy homes and why some people are making lots of money from it. The current housing crisis situations, housing prices is very, very high. According to this, the propertymarket.com.au, housing Australia prices, it's skyrocketing up since so expensive. Who is to blame for Australians exploding property prices and housing affordable prices? It's super expensive. You can see that on the screen. Average house prices in Sydney, for example. Sydney CBD, 1.5 million. Surrey Hills, 1.2 million. Darlinghurst, 1.1 million. Bondi Beach, 1.8 million. Fuji, 1.2 million. Randwick, 1.1 million. Manly, 1.2 million. DY, 1.1 million. Monaville, 1 million. Parramatta, 800,000. Ryde, 700,000. Liverpool, 600,000. Canberra, down 500,000. Bankstown, 400,000. So this means if you want to live in like nice place, you have to pay more than 1 million. So that's the average house price. It's super expensive. Affordable cities in Sydney. Sydney housing ranked the second least affordable in the world. The annual housing affordability study from Demography is here, and Australia has been the most expensive country to buy a house in the English-speaking world, with not one but 5 capital cities making the list. Sydney was named the second most unaffordable city in the world to buy a home, right behind Hong Kong, with a report calling it impossibly unaffordable. So anyone hoping to buy a home in the urban city should start working on the backup plan. This is the 15th time in 16 years Sydney has placed among the top 3 cities on the list. Meanwhile, Melbourne and Adelaide also claim the title of least affordable cities in the world, ranking 7th and 9th respectively. While the 5 US cities were named in the top 10 least affordable cities, the top 4 most unaffordable cities in the world were also in the US. We do that ranking. Okay. The number 1, Hong Kong. Sydney, Australia 2nd. Vancouver, Canada 3rd. San Jose 4th. Los Angeles 5th. Honolulu 6th. Melbourne 7th. San Francisco 8th. Adelaide, Australia 9th. And 10th, San Diego. Okay, so I believe that it's cheaper to buy a house in New York or Honolulu. You can imagine that. It's impossibly affordable city in the world. And the mortgage is very high. It's a record high mortgage. Average new home loan for owner occupying $626,000. That is average. Okay? New South Wales has even higher average, one of the highest mortgage debt levels in the world. Okay, who are those losers? Me. Young people and low-income earners, extremely impossible. Middle class, now out of reach. Okay? The renters, financial strain due to rising rents. And it's so expensive to Australia now. Who are the winners? Property developers. Example, land water developer, 30% profit increase last year. Developers for building houses, they're making a lot of money now because the supply of the house is very low here in Sydney. I guess they're taking time to develop new homes, new houses. So the housing price goes up and the development cost goes up as well. The banks record profit due to larger mortgage. Banks are making a lot of money. Mostly property investors, including politicians. Many politicians own multiple properties. MPs and senators own 237 houses and apartments. 37 of federal MPs own investment properties, multiple investment properties. Example, Karen Andrews, 6 investment properties. Tony Black, 4 investment properties. Louis Miller Frost, 4 properties. Okay, then the list goes on. Yeah? Root cause of this housing crisis: lack of government-built house, reduction in public or social housing stock over 40 years. And also political influence. Liberal and Labour parties have received $1.2 billion from real estate industry over 22 years. Can you believe that? So according to the Sydney Morning Herald, David Cohen, more than half of the cash flow into the Liberal and Labour parties is coming from shadowy entities that can hide the true source of the funds. According to the new analysis that shows the main parties collected $1.2 billion over the past 2 decades. The property industry led the list of business sectors, donating to both parties, giving $37 million to Labour and $53 million to the coalitions. But the study by the Centre for the Public Integrity Independent Organization concludes that too many other donations are being hidden. Okay? Lot of donations goes to the government or politicians from real estate industry. 34 million to Labour, 53 million to coalition that influence the government. That's for sure. Okay, so this is the thing. Australia used to have a lot of social housings built by the government. That boosted up the percentage of the household for all Australians. So before, the Australian government used to build a lot of houses for citizens, right? They stopped doing that. Why? Because they're the winners. Yeah? They get a lot of money from property industries as a donation. So they stopped doing it. And that's a root cause. Okay? So my proposal solution would be to do the past success, which Australia used to do. In 1950s, Prime Minister Lova Menzies' Liberal Party, he believed that the home ownership is the foundation of the nation. And the Australian government built so many houses at the time, and home ownership rate was 32% early 1950s. But in the mid-1970s, the rate jumped up to 70 to 75% thanks to the Prime Minister Menzies. So the strategy was to establish a government housing supply agency and selling to the citizen at cost plus small margin. The prioritizing citizen home ownership over profits. We used to do that. How about Singapore? Singapore covers 90% home ownership and 80% of the citizens live in the public housing. This housing was run by the Singapore government. Australia should do the same, but Australian government won't do that, won't fix the issues. It's because large donation from party industry to both major parties in Labour and coalition, as I explained before, as I mentioned before. Politicians potentially influenced by these donations. Politicians themselves benefit from the current system, and many of them own multiple properties. So they're taking advantage of this situation, while lower income or medium income citizens are struggling. How to stop this scam by Australian politicians? The action plan: raise the awareness about the issue, advocate for the government housing solution, and use a voting power. Vote for the councillors or the politicians who prioritize the housing policies. Okay, they're disappointed because Australian government has got. I thought they have got like clean, like a pure, genuine work. But these politicians like a scammer. Right? They got a lot of donations from the property industry, which influence the government. The government stopped building the social housing. Why is that? They should do that. They should do that. That can be a potential solution. They should try that. Anyway, so that's a root cause for why Australian property is so expensive. Right? So what should we do? I expect they change their mind. They start building a lot of government leading properties, then sell them to sell houses with a low cost, like fair cost, even though they receive a lot of money from the property industries. Right? It'll be win-win for the developers as well, because I assume the government collaborate with those property industries to build more houses. Right? So the property industry will make money as well. A lot of development work will be happening. Right? So anyway, I wanted to buy a house. I wanted to jump into the property market. But if I look like this from outside of the world, I kind of lost motivation to buy a house. Why would I buy a house in the most affordable places and having a lot of debt and I have to work hard to pay back? Meanwhile, I can find a better one somewhere else and have a house there. That was my opinion. What do you think about it? Okay, today let's have a look at the forecast for the south in Maneko. The south is around 1.1 from 1 to 3 foot, and it seems like it's going to be better in a couple of hours time. I think it's something to do with the tide. It's mid-tide going to low tide soon in a couple of hours, so that wave will be better. I can wait to surf, right? People are having fun there, enjoying the waves there. So what's your plan today? Right? Leave us comments, and then subscribe me for the channel. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.